In this video, I'm going to be discussing the 7 things you need to stop doing in order to develop more attraction to a woman on a psychological level. And I'm not talking about physical stuff because I've already covered that in many of my videos, but I'm talking the 7 things you need to stop doing in order to develop more attraction to the girl you've started dating. All right, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, look, I have covered many topics around the physical attraction. How do you develop physical attraction? What does a woman look for initially? The physical part gets you your foot in the door, okay? That's what this video is not about. This video is about now that the foot is in the door, how do you develop further attraction with this woman that you've gone on dates with on a psychological level? And you really what it is you need to stop doing these 7 things. And I'm not going to give you all 7 right away because I have to explain every one of them. It might be a little bit of a longer video, but it's going to be worth the wait and the time. All right, so number 1, you act weak, and you need to stop doing that. You have no idea how many women have told me that men cannot take the lead, they don't plan a date, and they specifically don't dominate them in the bedroom, okay? I'm using the term weak. Maybe I could use a different term, but that's the term I've decided to use. So taking the lead and planning the date is such a basic thing, especially for the second date, the third date, on and on and on and on. Look, my story quickly, I was married before 20 years, single 2.5 years at the time of recording this. I've been on hundreds of dates in the last couple of years. I've been a dating machine. And one of the reasons why is I thought, you know what? I'm going to eventually create a YouTube channel to share all these stories. And I'm glad I went on all those dates because I have a ton of content that for years that I could share with all of you, okay? So you have no idea how many women have said, oh my God, this guy, I asked them, when are you free? They're the ones asking the guy, when are you free? And the guy's like, oh, I don't know, when are you free? Or the guy can't say, well, why don't we do this and we do it at this time, okay? So for example, I had a date last night, one woman, and I'm going on a different date, a date with a different woman tomorrow. And both times I've asked them first, hey, what are you up to this weekend? And they've said, oh, no specific plans. And I'm like, great. Well, why don't we get together on Saturday? And I give them always 2 options. Why don't we do this as option number 1 or this is number 2? And then they will pick one of them. And then from there, I choose a time and sort out all the logistics, okay? I made this mistake in my marriage where so many times my ex-wife would say, what do you want to have for dinner? And I'd say, I don't know. What do you want to have for dinner? Or she'd say, well, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do tonight? Like on and on and on. And you guys also need to stop doing that because she's going to see you as weak. And women want a leader. They want a man who's masculine, who's alpha. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you're always thinking of sex, and women can sense this, man. They can sense when you are looking at them in a sexual way, which could be a good thing, but it's an advanced tactic to do that properly. Or they can sense that this guy, you know, I'm now uncomfortable at his house because of the way he's checking me out, the way he's touching me. And I will encourage you guys to research the topic, no FAP. So basically, it's going as long as you can without masturbating, without looking at porn. What that does is it rewires your brain to stop thinking of sex, to stop seeing women as a sexual object, even though most guys do see women as, oh my God, I'd like to get with her. But that initial thing, it just rewires your brain so that you don't give off creepy vibes, pervert vibes, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, you're impulsive. There's a time and a place for being impulsive, right? But in general, women like a man that has a plan, And that just rhymed. Women like a man that has a plan, right? So that's what I mean. You can be impulsive with you're on a date and you say, hey, do you want to bounce from here and go to this other place? That's a little impulsive, maybe improv. That's okay. But in general, women like to know there's some plan of action going on. Like, I'm going to pick you up at 7 o'clock and we're going to go to this place. What you end up doing after that could be impulsive, but in general, women do not like a man who's impulsive. Number 4, you have too much pride, or I would say arrogance. Some of you guys, hey, I give it to you, man. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Samuels. I did a video on him and how he treated his daughter, and he promotes cheating in relationships. Oh, wait, high value men don't cheat. They exercise options, this kind of bullshit. Okay, that dude, I could never stand him because of this arrogance that he had. And by the way, I don't even want to go on and on about Kevin Samuels, but the only thing he ever did in his life, any success that guy ever had, not even in his career, is starting a YouTube channel. And he had one video that blew up, one video that took him over 1 million. He was always floating around 100,000 subscribers and all, boom. And hey, that's what happens to most YouTubers. They get this one video that just takes off, right? But in general, the arrogance, that's what's focusing on that. If you want to see a fucking arrogant guy, go check out Kevin Samuels and his videos, okay? So women can't stand that. Number 5 is you're lazy. You need to stop spending all your days watching Netflix, playing video games, and wasting all this time and not taking care of your house, not taking care of your car, not cleaning your car. Oh my God, these are little things that women notice. They don't want to hear, it's like, for example, they ask you, so what did you do last weekend? You're like, I watched the whole series of such and such. In their mind, they'll be like, doesn't this guy have anything fucking better to do with his life than sit there and spend 20 hours watching TV and movies and playing video games? That's what I'm talking about. So that's a turnoff to women. Number 6, you have no control over your emotions. Bro, I've seen so many guys in person and on videos where they get mad, they get emotional, they're crying, they're little bitches. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I was a little guilty of that sometimes in my marriage before. Women do not want to see you crying. They don't want to see you getting emotionally upset. It's sad, Mother Nature made them this way, but it's sad but true. Women expect a guy to be stoic, to be a man, to be the father that they never had, right? That is not getting all wrapped up in their emotions and crying and getting all upset and screaming and yelling and banging walls and shit like that. So you need to exercise full control always with women. Otherwise, you're not going to develop attraction. Last thing, you have no control over your eating and drinking. Bro, I see so many men around my age with fucking red skin. Like their face and their skin is red and they're overweight. So no control over their eating, and clearly no control over your drinking, because that's what happens to men, white men specifically. When they drink a lot, their skin gets this like reddish tone and they eat a lot, right? You need to get that fucking in check and stop eating so much, stop drinking so much if you want to develop attraction to these women. They see this stuff, and I know this is kind of physical, but it's also an emotional. It takes a toll on you emotionally when you feel like crap, right? You're hungover most days, or you just can't walk around properly because you have all this extra weight. So this is what I'm talking about. So I hope you liked this video. Thanks for sticking around, and let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you next time.